It's so unfair. Wrongly imprison me, get ready for some blackmail that will destroy your police department. Back in November of 2018, I was arrested at work in front of my boss and my coworkers.
Why? That's a little embarrassing, or it's badass.
This was the most humiliating thing I have ever experienced. I later learned at the police station that I was being charged with multiple felonies. This came as a huge surprise to me. Luckily, I was able to keep my wits and lawyer up instead of speaking with a detective. For $13,000, which completely wiped my savings, I was able to retain a criminal defense attorney. However, it cost me everything and I was unable to pay my bond. This resulted in me staying in jail for a total of 54 days.
No.
Oh my God.
Prison is literally a retreat. You're not addicted to your phone anymore. No more social media. You get to work out. You have a community of fellas.
Yep.
You know, like people are always,
boys.
people like are always saying, oh man, like I have no community. Join a gang in prison.
So, as a status hearing, my attorney presented video evidence of me gassing up my car 3 hours away from where the crimes took place, and I ended up having all of my charges dismissed. It was proven he literally did nothing. His crime, 54 days, was filling up on gas. The only person he murdered was the environment, okay?
All those baby seals in the Arctic.
Opie, don't kill me. When I finally got out, I learned I had lost my job and I was in the process of being evicted. And my son was taken away and is now in the state's care.
They up his life.
They literally completely destroyed every single aspect of his life. His job, his house, his child. His mother is a drug addict, and I haven't spoken to my own parents in nearly 15 years.
Oh, no.
They wouldn't let him go to my girlfriend because they didn't consider her family.
That's why you got to marry her, man.
Since my release, I've learned that I can't sue the police, and no one cares that I was locked up for 54 days because the detective did poor investigative work.
How is that fair? Who polices the police?
So I've gone to the local press about this and was told that what happened to me happens quite a bit. They took down my info, but never followed up. So what I did was I created a website sharing my story, which is genius.
So smart. And now we're trying to do our part by sharing this story with all of you.
I also uploaded the police report and some other documents from the discovery.
Okay, OP.
Literally, the only reason I was arrested is because an eyewitness said they saw me.
Is it someone OP knows? It's like, yo, I saw John at the supermarket.
If the detective had done his job, he could have verified that I wasn't even in town on the day that the crime took place. This is what pisses me off the most. My life was ruined because of a lazy employee.
It's so crazy that people like that have like power over your life.
Now, I'm writing this because my website is now ranked #2 on the first page search results when you type in my town's name. Boom!
Let's go f that town.
Now, I live in a touristy town and we attract a lot of visitors over the summer. My web traffic has more than quadrupled, and apparently it's gotten someone highs up attention.
So if you want to sue the police, the only way that it can go through is if someone lets you sue the police.
Police, will you kindly let me sue you? No?
Nah, fam.
Okay.
America's flawed?
Wow.
Whoa.
Who would have thunk that?
Thunk it.
I recently received a cease and desist letter, which I showed to my attorney. He said that sharing my experience online isn't illegal and that everything I've stated was a fact or my own opinion, protecting me from a defamation lawsuit. Speaking of which, yesterday I received a visit from 2 officers and the detective who arrested me.
That decides to show his face again. I'm sorry. Can you please take it down? Please.
He apologized, stating, mistakes happened, you know?
Okay, yeah, I agree. Mistakes
can happen.
Like, how are eyewitness reports still taken seriously? Like, what if you're at a crime and someone ran was like, literally, it was Brad Pitt. I saw Brad Pitt kill that guy. He has no alibi. I saw him there.
They then talked to me about my website and asked if I could perhaps remove it.
Perchance, can you remove the website?
Stop saying the truth
Yes.
so truthy.
I know we completely fucked over your life, but you are kind of inconveniencing us. So be a doll and just forget about it.
I said I would delete it on the condition that the detective leave his job and never do police work again.
Mic drop.
Suffice to say, it ain't happening. After the visit I received, I am more pissed off that the only reason the detective apologized to me was to get me to take down my website. I don't plan to, and the only one supporting this is my girlfriend. Gotta collect myself before this next sentence. My friends think I'm being spiteful and have suggested that I just delete it. Am I the a-hole for keeping the website up? No!
Bro, his whole life was ruined.
Spiteful? Go in jail for 54 days, have your child taken away, get evicted, and lose your job. Then you can talk to me.
Yeah, then you can say,
Then you can talk to me.
I'm not going to be spiteful too. Like,
Of
bro,
course.
that man got his entire life ruined. He has every right to ask for some justice.
Every single right.
And like a tad bit of justice, because the justice system, there seems to be no justice for him.
But Sam,
But John,
there's an update.
really?
Yes, there
Oh,
is.
this is a fucking juicy story.
Just a couple of things I want to address in my update. Some people are saying I left out details. My original post was much longer, but there's a 3,000 character limit imposed here. I had to delete a lot of things in my initial draft, so I apologize if it looks like details have been left out. I did try to make sure everything relevant was kept. Lastly, my son is now back with me. There was a lot of paperwork and even a court hearing, but we're together now, and that's what counts. Sorry if I didn't respond to your comment or private message. Still going through everything unread. Truly thankful from the bottom of my heart for your support, words of encouragement, and advice that you have sent. I can't even begin to put into words how grateful I am. Again, thank you so much for all the kind strangers who went out of their way to help.
At least he got his kid back.
At least he got his kid back.
But
And
so much more was taken from him.
so
much.
You can't even imagine being in this scenario.
But man, what a crazy story.
It's like
Freaking rough.
you can't even imagine it.
But you know what else you can't imagine?
What could I possibly not imagine?
You can't
Sam?
imagine the amazing stories that people submit on r/OKOP show.
Absolutely. So if you have a story, send them in. We'll read them on the show.
Yeah.
This story is crazy, but check out this one where OP gets the one up on a lawyer to save 3 years of their salary. Boom.